Hey, what's going on? My name's Jack Lane. Welcome back to a brand new video here at the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Instigators, and this is my full review of the movie. I just got done watching it on Apple streaming, and I'll tell you what, this one is definitely one to watch this weekend with the family. The movie is a fun, sort of, the best way for me to describe it is it's a bit like a buddy cop movie, just where they're the villains instead. They're the robbers. And it's such an interesting take on a comedy, action type thriller. You meet the main protagonists, and they are, as you know, you'd hope they would be, flawed individuals. They both have backstories that make them flawed. One is an alcoholic who did some naughty stuff back when he was younger and cannot get a normal job. The other one was an ex-army veteran who needs help, and they basically get cobbled on into this world of thieving and robbing places. And the movie starts off very strong and in establishing what the main plot is, how they're going to do this. They establish the two main characters of this film really well, whilst also establishing the side characters. I would say this is a political thriller because they are going after the mayor throughout their first heist is at the mayor's banquet. They're expecting to get loads of money there. Then there's two heists in this film, and it's all just targeted around the mayor. Of course, this is a Doug Liman picture. Definitely has the Doug Liman take, and I tell you what, it's one to not be missed. I'm a huge fan of this film already. I've seen it once. I'm definitely going to be watching it again, probably later on today or tonight, just because the film has a lot of charm. Is it the best movie I've seen this year? No. However, it does have its own charm. It is very charismatic in that way. Matt Damon, Casey Affleck, very good in the roles that they're playing. So overall, I'm quite happy with the film. Getting into the nitty and gritty of the movie, what are the things that worked really well in its favour? Their presence on screen works really well. I mean, the cast list for this film is unmatched. It is. Like, the cast for this film is brilliant in its own way. You have Matt Damon, Casey Affleck, the stars, but there are a lot of other actors in there that you'll be like, oh, I know him from X, Y, and Z. You've got Alfred Molina, who, of course, was Doc Ock, and he's in this movie, plays a very good role. Unfortunately, in my opinion, doesn't get enough screen time for an actor of his status, at least in my mind, and I wish he had gotten more screen time. Ving Rhames, he is really good in this role. Of course, Ving Rhames being Luther from Mission Impossible. And, you know, he shines in the scenes he's got. He's actually really funny. In just his whole character presence. He's like, he always plays that serious role. Like, the second I saw him on screen, the first thing they do is they set him up as this real mysterious, dangerous character. And the second I knew it was him, I thought this is going to be a really good film. They have actors like Toby Jones, who plays a guy called Alan Flynn, who is the mayor's lawyer. So that's, a really interesting dynamic there. And again, Toby Jones, I wouldn't say he's fully utilised in this film. He gets a massive piece towards the end of it, but it's all cutting in and out. It's an hour and 40-minute movie, so they had to fit all these actors in, and I do wish that maybe he had a bit more screen time, screen presence, along with Alfred Molina. Ving Rhames had a lot of screen time, as well as the two leads, of course. You'd expect that. Another actor that was a really pleasant surprise seeing him on the screen was... I'm trying to remember his name now. Was Ron Perlman. Do you know what? I've seen him in a couple of things, but the first thing I ever saw him in was The Blacklist, where he played a villain. And I'll tell you what, this man can play any role. I honestly believe it. he played this really looming, dangerous villain in The Blacklist in season 3. And I've watched a couple of other things he's done and think, yeah, in this film, he takes what he needs to do. He takes it and goes on, and his performance is outstanding in it. Honestly, I thoroughly enjoyed his presence on screen. I think he did get enough screen time for his character and the way that his character was utilized. There are some actors in here that you kind of wish had more screen time. Another great actress that was in this film, actress I should say, is Hong Chua. And I tell you what, she plays the psychologist therapist for Matt Damon's character. And she is just a whirlwind of fun to be within this film. This movie does loads of things right, and her character is definitely one of them. The comedic value of this movie, just this movie alone, is so funny. The way that the three of them interact throughout the movie, the way that Damon and Casey Affleck, two, I'd say, very serious actors, were able to pull off a comedy film like this, and it works so well, in my opinion. It's really unheard of. I mean, I look at Matt Damon and I see Jason Bourne most of the time when he does action movies. This film, I saw his character and I thought, it fitted. The role just fitted so well. And of course, this is a return to form for Matt Damon and Doug Liman. They haven't worked together, I think, since The Bourne Identity, if I can remember correctly. So this is like a long way to reunion for them. And I tell you what, I think Apple have done it right here. They've given it a theatrical release that was like a week ahead, I believe, and the movie released in theaters. It had this 1 week theatrical release, and now that it's released to everybody, it's going to be a film that really does do wonders at the box office. I honestly think, not the box office, but like fandom, even not box office. The movie box office, I do want to check though, because I did hear that it is in cinema. The movie grossed nearly 400 million at the time of its release. So that's something else. That's not about this film. The Instigators box office mojo. Let's take a look. Let's see where I can get. I don't think it has a box office. Maybe it didn't release. I'd heard it released in theaters, which made me think that it had a box office for whatever reason. So, yeah, again, like it's just the trio, the Matt Damon, Casey Affleck. They work really well when you add in the their whole dynamic and what they do, and then you add in Hong Chu, who plays the psychologist. It really melts this film quite well together. Is there anything bad I have to say about this film? I think the movie doesn't do... There's a couple of things the movie doesn't do right, such as like getting to that bonding friendship part. It took a little bit to get there, but it's not a major issue. Is this film one to watch this weekend? If you are free this weekend and you want to watch a movie, watch this one. You'll be pleasantly surprised with it. I'm actually surprised that no one else on YouTube is covering this film. I searched up a review for it today, thinking, a couple of reviews will be out, but there's nothing on YouTube. And it sort of enticed me to do the review. And I will say this, Rotten Tomatoes, I'll bring this up in my review. Rotten Tomatoes for The Instigator, bearing in mind it's been released for a week, I believe, in cinemas prior to this, over in America. The Instigators, the movie that I think is fantastic, has a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 50% audience score. Now, this film, I think that's about right. for Rotten Tomatoes, their score averaging. People are going to love it. People are going to hate it. So where do I put this film? In my all listings, where would I put this film? Is it the best film I've watched this year? No. Is it an enjoyable film? Yes. I've seen many films this year already, and this year's, we're not even done with the movies yet. We've still got loads more to come. This film feels special. It has that little place, and it found its niche, it's found its place, and for that reason, I'm going to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10, because the movie does so many good things, and it has a bit of withdrawals, some little bits of negativity behind it, because you start looking at things, and the issue the movie has, without going into spoilers, is it sets up a story for a side character and sort of diminishes that towards the end, but it still gives a satisfying conclusion to everyone else, everyone in there. Would I say this is the movie to watch this weekend? Of course, Borderlands is out. From what I've heard about that, I haven't seen the movie, but I'd say this is the movie where you want to buy some, popcorn, sit down and watch this movie with your family. I very much enjoyed it. Cannot wait to see it again. Love Doug Liman, love Matt Damon, Casey Affleck. Ben Affleck was the producer. I thought he wrote part of it, but no, that was Casey Affleck. So just clearing that up here. But I very much loved this film and everything it had going on. So a solid 7.5 out of 10 for me. And with that being said, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Will I do a spoiler reaction to this? Probably not. Probably not a spoiler review. Just because I think, the movie's so short. Whatever the ending's really, it's only spoiler, in my opinion. And there's a middle bit context there. But yeah, the movie's great. I loved every second of it, and I hope if you guys watch it this weekend, you love it too. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Hit the like button, turn on the notification bell, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. And as always, stay cinematic. See you later.